Hello and welcome to Epiphytic Cacti. Today I figured we would take a look at the Rhipsalidopsis hybrid, which is now Schlumbergera, but for clarity we'll continue to call them Rhipsalidopsis. We'll look at the Rhipsalidopsis hybrid Rainbow. Now, there really isn't any information on this hybrid, and to be honest, I don't even totally remember where this came from. It probably was something that I saw that came up on Etsy or eBay or something, and I was just like, ooh, and I thought that it was an Australian hybrid. If you want more information, as always, you can go look it up on Schlumbergera.net. I didn't see any pictures, but there is some information about this hybrid on there. It has unusual characteristics. There are several things about this hybrid that I think are really cool. One is that it has the most gigantic clades. It has huge clades in comparison to other hybrids. And they're very well shaped, but the clades are just gigantic. And when I say well shaped, I mean like see how you can see their scallops are really beautiful. It's got like really nice, beautiful scalloping. I always like the little tufts of hair that come out of the ends. Not all of the hybrids have that, but a few of them do. It just kind of depends. And this is just a really young plant. I have had a few minor problems with this plant. I did have some issues with it getting underwatered and then overwatered. It does seem to be a little bit temperamental in the watering. And it's growing fine now, though. But of course, I keep everything in these little pots for as long as humanly possible, especially when they're young plants like that. I always keep them in very tiny pots. It has grown a lot better now because I keep it in the basement, and there's good airflow because I have the fans and the grow lights and stuff, so it's done really well. It is a more colorful hybrid, so it's going to be weird for this one to translate onto camera. I feel like the colors on this one are going to continuously come up very hot. So let's see if I can find a way to really... Part of it is because we can't really see inside of that flower. Yes, now we can really see those colors. Very hard to pick those colors up, really. But you can see it has a lighter color. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like an orangey color. It's kind of a weird color. And then the rest of the flower, really, it's fuchsia, but like it's complicated and a little confusing because it's fuchsia and then somehow it's a little bit red. Like the ends of the petals are all tipped with red. So it's kind of a confusing flower because it's difficult to really figure out what color the flower is when you're looking at it. Like, your brain says it's purple, but like, it's not really. Like, it is. I would say the predominant coloring is fuchsia, but it's more of a purpley fuchsia. And it also has an interesting sheen that's on the petals. It's kind of like a pearlescent kind of thing, or a little bit of an iridescent kind of sheen that's happening on the petals. It's a really cool hybrid, and it does kind of curl back. And one of the other things that I thought was very strange about this hybrid was the fact that everything about it is really souped up. So it has these gigantic clades, and I mean, these clades are gigantic. Like, they're the biggest clades I have ever seen on any Rhipsalidopsis hybrid. And that even goes for commercial hybrids, because usually the commercial hybrids have the really big clades. And yeah, that's crazy. But then the really strange part is that the ovary is also sort of ginormous. See how big that ovary is? It's really big. It's really weird looking. But then the flower is not ginormous. So that's a little confusing. You know, you think that this flower would be just as gigantic, but it's actually not. I would say it might even be a little bit on the small side, which is kind of curious. But that's just kind of what it is there, which it's just mind-boggling. However, I truly love this hybrid. This is one that's going to go down in my list of favorites, like all-time Rhipsalidopsis favorites. Absolutely gorgeous. If you ever see it, I highly suggest picking it up because it is really a cool hybrid. I hope that you've enjoyed looking at the Rhipsalidopsis hybrid Rainbow with me. Thank you for watching, and happy cacti growing.